Alright, day 18 of Inktober, and I decided to do an intriguing redesign for the day. So I previously did a video talking about Sub-Zero and his misplacement in the current story of Mortal Kombat 1. I did that video about a month before Chaos Reigns actually dropped, and it turns out I was right on the money. There currently is no Sub-Zero in the timeline of Mortal Kombat. So I decided today to take another stab at making a Shirai Ryu Sub-Zero. I did that months ago as almost like a goof as to what Qualia might look like if he was in the Shirai Ryu as Sub-Zero. I didn't think this would become a thing, but here we are. And I recently got a request to go ahead and try drawing Hanzo as Sub-Zero. So that's what my drawing is for today. I have a Shirai Ryu Hanzo Hasashi, which is pretty normal except for the fact that now he's Sub-Zero. This was challenging, only because I want to just instinctively, because in my mind I'm drawing Hanzo Hasashi and I'm drawing a Shirai Ryu character. So I'm looking at concept art and a lot of NPCs, and there are a lot of them. Though the NPC designs for the Shirai Ryu, while they're not bad, they're sort of plain, sort of ninja looks, which again, they're NPCs, I get it. But I didn't want to use those as a reference. But there are so many like Scorpion designs and Scorpion looks and whatnot, even some of Takeda's designs. Like I used a bit of his headband as part of the inspiration for this design as well. And there's a bit of Scorpion in all of these Hanzo designs, or in all of these Shirai Ryu designs. By the way, full disclosure, I'm probably going to mix up Hanzo and Scorpion and Sub-Zero quite a few times in this, just bear with me. All of this is confusing. I've only been referring to Hanzo Hasashi as Scorpion since Mortal Kombat's inception. Now I have to completely change my mindset with this, so it's going to take some time. And this is some fantasy sort of drawing right now. It's still not confirmed that Hanzo is going to be Sub-Zero. I'm just leaning more into that direction after going through Chaos Reigns. So like, to me, that's who it's gonna be. As I said in the previous video, there is still the off chance that it may be Frost. We'll see how that goes over if they do it. But the biggest inspirations for this design that I tried to use is I looked at MK2 Sub-Zero, and the only reason why I specifically looked at that ninja design was just some Sub-Zero looking inspiration, and the fact that it's the very first Sub-Zero design after the original Sub-Zero was in the game. Not that they thought that deeply about it at the time, but it's just something to take me back to the fact that, okay, after Bihan was Sub-Zero the first time, and there's that switch, okay, start looking at that design to go off of, which is why I eventually changed the color palette that I had for Scorpion. Hanzo, see, I'm already doing it. Just because I didn't like how the original colors that I had fit on the design, so I flipped it to make it a lot more blue than it was. Then the other bits of inspiration, as I said, was like a bunch of NPC designs for the Shirai Ryu over the years, and Takeda's alternate Shirai Ryu costume in MKX. That was another one I used. And the most important one was the actual Hanzo Hasashi design in MK1, specifically his look in Smoke's ending. I went with that, and I also decided to do a more leaner looking Hanzo. I wanted him to look like a sort of fast and kind of stealthy ninja. In my mind, I want a Sub-Zero that looks like he should fit the playstyle of Sub in like MK11 or MK9. As much as I love playing with Sub-Zero in MK1, he is my main. It's frustrating at times playing with Sub-Zero in this game. But I wanted the design to sort of reflect, like I said, a faster Ice Ninja. And I needed him to look like a ninja. Not that he didn't before, but you could tell over the years they started leaning towards more Chinese looking designs for this Lin Kuei character to sort of differentiate him from Scorpion. So Scorpion's looking more like at least closer to a traditional ninja. None of them do, but you know what I mean. Like Scorpion looks more like an actual shinobi or something, and Sub-Zero looks different somehow. I wanted him to lean more into an actual like Japanese ninja design without looking like Colt from the Three Ninjas. So just playing around here with this sort of blue Hanzo Hasashi, I know no other way to put it, was very fun and a little interesting. Like, it was a lot more challenging than I actually thought it was. I knew I was going to do this design today, but when I actually sat down to draw it, I realized I have no idea what I'm about to sketch for Hanzo. But when it was all said and done, and I went ahead and sketched this design, using more of the Shirai Ryu look and less of the typical Lin Kuei look that's all throughout Mortal Kombat 1, this is what I got. I would love to know your feedback, especially in comparison to the other Shirai Ryu Sub-Zero design I did, which I feel like this is much better if I do say so myself. And also, again, let me know whether or not you actually think that Hanzo's gonna end up being the next Sub-Zero. I'm curious at the fan theories at this point. But in any event, as usual, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I've gotten past the halfway point of Inktober, so far so good. And I thank all of you that's been following me on this journey for the last month, or at least half a month so far. It's been greatly appreciated, trust me. But in any event, you all have a good one, and I'm out.